Hey foodies, how you doing? I made some delicious sweet and spicy fried chicken that I think you're gonna really enjoy. It's super simple, you know me. Steps are gonna be easy to follow and it's scrumptious. So let's get into it. Now, aside from chicken wings, I love chicken thighs. So we're gonna be cooking some bone-in thighs today, really juicy. So I've made some pricks under the skin. This is what I do. I lift the skin of all the thighs, make some pricks in there so all the seasonings can soak in. Today I'm going to be using a mixture of seasonings. We have onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, some black pepper, ginger powder. I have some chicken seasoning in there. I'll leave all the details in the description box below the video. You just need to click that down arrow beside the video title and it will open up the description box, okay? Now, if you don't want to use the seasonings I suggest, that's fine. You can use your favorite chicken seasoning. Just make sure you rub the seasoning under the skin, into those slits, onto the skin, just to rub it into those chicken thighs. Then we're going to take another step. Now, I like to brine my chicken in buttermilk, but if I don't have a lot of buttermilk or milk to spare, I just put a little bit on it, okay? So I have some milk and hot sauce. You can use your favorite hot sauce, whatever that is. Just mix the two of them together. This is going to add flavor and help with tenderizing the chicken as well. Just stir them together and we're going to pour this onto the chicken and rub it under the skin into those slits all over. When you do a buttermilk brine, you use a lot more liquid and then you discard the liquid afterwards. However, when you use this small amount, you won't be discarding anything. This moisture is going to help us to get those flakes on the chicken and it's going to help with flavor and tenderness. So once you've gotten all of the seasonings and the milk and the hot sauce on the chicken, you're going to put this in the fridge overnight, ideally. If you can't do overnight, then try to do at least 2 hours. Now we're going to make a really simple glaze. We're using some butter, and this is unsalted butter, so you can control how much salt, right? So melt that butter. Then we're going to add some sugar. So it's kind of like you're making a caramel. We want this to be sweet and spicy and sticky, okay? So add some soft brown sugar and just stir to dissolve this. Then we're going to add some ginger powder. This is going to add flavor, but it's going to add that element of heat. And then you can add some orange juice or pineapple juice. I'm using pineapple juice today. We're going to just whisk everything and do this over medium heat, okay? What I'm going to go in with next, guys, is some Sriracha hot sauce. If you don't have Sriracha hot sauce, use your favorite hot sauce. And when I do this, I add it to taste, okay? So you're going to add a little, give it a taste and see how much you can tolerate. But it's definitely better with quite a bit of hot sauce, okay? It's gonna be really pretty, it's gonna be really spicy and flavorful. Now I'm gonna go in with some honey, okay? So this is gonna be really nice and glossy in the end, guys. So that is that. We're good to go. Super easy, okay? Let this simmer gently on the stove. You can taste it again to see if you need some more hot sauce, and you can add a pinch of salt if you want to, okay? So this is gonna be simmering slowly and gently, and you just need to stir it occasionally while we are making the fried chicken. What we're trying to do is reduce this to like a light syrup. It doesn't have to be super thick, okay? And I will show you the consistency. So this is the consistency you're looking for, guys. See, it's a very simple, light, syrupy texture. And once this cools down, it might get a little thicker. That's why you don't want to simmer it for too long, okay? So for the coating, I'm using some flour, cayenne powder, and some chicken seasoning, okay? If you don't want to do that, you can do flour, cayenne, and seasoned salt, okay? So the chicken, get it out of the fridge, and you want to let it sit for at least 20 minutes, okay? just to take off some of that cold because it's going to be deep fried. So what I'm going to do now is coat it with the flour. I'm not using any eggs, just straight into that seasoned flour. Now, as far as the color of the fried chicken, guys, depending on what spices or seasonings you use, the chicken might be a deeper brown or it might be a light golden brown. If you use light yellow golden spices or seasonings, then the chicken will have that color. But if you use a lot of smoked paprika and darker orange kind of seasonings, then along with the that reddish hot sauce, then your chicken is going to have a deeper brown color. Okay, so bear that in mind when you're choosing the hot sauce you use and this color of the seasonings you use. Just bear that in mind. So simply coat the chicken, make sure you press that seasoned flour into the flesh, into the skin, and then you can knock off the extra flour. Okay, so this is it. You can use cornstarch mixed into the flour if you want to, but if you don't want to bother to buy cornstarch, just use your flour. Okay, now these are good to go, they are ready to fry. But you could also rest them for about 10 minutes and then coat them again with more of that seasoned flour if you want it to be extra crunchy. Okay, so I'm deep frying in my deep fryer today. I set it to 325. Sometimes I'll do like 338. And then the thighs will take about 12 to 18 minutes depending on how big they are. Okay, so I'm using 325 degrees Fahrenheit today, and we are gonna fry these up until they are gorgeous and crunchy. I'm just gonna give you a peek at what they look like, and then see, these are gorgeous, but they're not done yet. Okay, these took about 14 minutes total for all of them to be cooked thoroughly. And here we are, guys. Gorgeous, crispy fried chicken. All we want to do now is drain them on a wire rack, not paper towels, because you want them to remain crunchy. And then that glaze, we're going to take it off the stove and just brush it on. Now, if you want to, you could put the chicken pieces into the pan, but I prefer to just brush on the glaze. Look at these beauties, guys. Oh my goodness, they are so gorgeous, crunchy and glossy and so delicious. And as the glaze dries onto the skin, it's gonna give it even more crunch. It was amazing, guys. It is so juicy. These are so good for adding to like a brunch spread or a dinner spread. You could even do boneless thighs and make a sweet and spicy chicken sandwich. Can you imagine how good that would be? Or you could just have it with your favorite side dish. These are just amazing. I prefer to have the thighs bone in because I find that that flavor and that juiciness is just locked in. It is so good. I had mine with some rice and peas, you know, traditional Jamaican rice and peas, along with some vegetable and some potato salad. It was really a treat, so good. So give it a try and let me know how good it was, guys. Remember to click the down arrow beside the video title to open up the description box and see all those details on ingredients. Thanks for watching. See you next time.